Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're beginning with game number 3. If you didn't catch the other games, then check them out. They're all on my YouTube channel. Let's just jump into it. There is also shorter review versions of these games you can check out. Give me your feedback. Are they too short? Are they too long? Or is there something we can do different? Am I repeating myself too often? Anything really, give me feedback. We're going to try to nail it as perfect as possible. I know for a fact that I'm going to try to keep it shorter. I'm just not going to go ahead and redo them. I think my effort can be used differently. So let's begin. We have a draft. We have some classical music. Let me just check. Okay. All right. Pardon me. Let's begin. So FPX is on the red side. Kiana is open. Kiana was not picked, first pick by ESC. This time around, Senna and Affiliates is banned from FPX on red to give it Olaf. They've been banning Olaf every single game. Lucian, Akali, Elise are the same bans from ES. These are the bans that they did in red side as well. Let's see the first pick now. The first pick is not Misfortune, which is kind of shocking. FPX are going for their power picks in the shape of Nautilus, Kiana, first two. You could consider picking Misfortune here, right? Misfortune is very valuable, but it seems like everyone is shifting towards this Braum counter Misfortune mindset. They could have also went for a third pick freaking Braum, but they went for the Mordor instead. Cannon is a fine matchup in the Mordekaiser, but Mordekaiser still has some options there. So this is the first pick, freaking Rumble. I don't like it. Rumble is a bit, tad bit overrated. Okay, let's take a look at the draft now. So these bans, standard, no big deal. Rumble first pick is kind of a question mark. Enemy team get two much better picks for the price of Rumble, which is quite hilarious, honestly. It's a big meme. Jarvan jungle into Kiana, I think is not a good matchup. I think Lee Sin is much better. I think this is very positive for FPX. Third pick Mordekaiser can be questionable, but you can put it into Rumble always, and that will be fine, right? You can match Mordekaiser with Rumble and you'll always have a fine matchup. So this is the thought process. Put Morde against Rumble. Not like last game when we saw Cassiopeia and then Mordekaiser into Fiora. This is good for FPX. They went for the Kaiser, which is okay. MF has a winning matchup. Together with Nautilus, bottom is going to be fine as well. They still didn't reveal where this champion goes, but there is a Thresh ban, Tahm Kench ban, Braum ban. There's not a lot of options for support. So here, the Tahm Kench ban is for Varus Tahm specifically. They don't care about Varus without Tahm, so they're just banning Tahm. Braum is for MF interaction. The enemy team has Nautilus already, so this is just them putting enemy into position where they are putting Nautilus in support. Honestly, Nautilus med looked quite good for Doinby last game, and I think they should stick to it. Because here the Thresh ban is what's such a weird question mark here. Like, why are you banning Thresh, honestly? Why is Thresh a ban here? I think Thresh ban is pretty troll. Thresh could have been your last pick here and you would have been good. If enemy picks Thresh, there are supports you can pick. You can go, for example, Alistar or something like this. You know, there are champions you can pick. So I think this Thresh ban is kind of silly. But Thresh is something, Thresh just signifies that the enemy wants to pick Nautilus bot. That's my prediction here. So Mordekaiser third, Kaiser, and then Camille last to match the Cannon. Rumble to match the Morde. Rumble will have a better matchup into Camille. Cannon has a better matchup into Morde. So we'll have to see how ES dance around to get the correct lane matchups here, and the same for FPX. But I think FPX's experience is going to shine through here. Another big thing here is that FPX's team composition is quite slippery. All of them are quite slippery, so it's difficult to get any sick wombo combos. ES need to, of course, go for a massive team fight wombo combo, one-shot the enemy. If they can catch Kiana, if they can catch Kaiser, that's going to be wonderful. If FPX can begin to start the fights on their terms, meaning they can start with the Mordekaiser ult, isolating a key target, Kiana coming in, knocking someone, maybe the Camille can catch someone on the side, then it would be more difficult to fight. ES are the wombo combo team. They're going to lose on split. Very similar to last game. Camille can become very oppressive, and we'll just have to wait and see FPX here. How can they impact Camille? I think bottom line is I still think Alistar last pick would have been better here. Alistar last pick, Thresh, maybe don't ban Thresh, and then just send Nautilus mid. I'm a big fan of Doinbi Nautilus, and it's really big, and I don't think Mordekaiser can impact Camille the same way as we saw last game, getting Camille ahead. We'll just have to wait and see. So ES, of course, want to use Jarvan early game to snowball, the same way Tian has done it. Tian is gonna play Kiana now. We will see. We will see how it works. FPX just need to snowball their side. They need to get Camille ahead, and then they need to make sure that their mid tower stays alive for as long as possible. But that's kind of difficult with Kai'Sa and Nautilus. Kai'Sa and Nautilus are not doing much in terms of defending their mid tower, so ES can definitely dive mid tower, break mid tower. So this is the prediction. Early on, intense from ES. They need to try to get value out of this Jarvan. Reaching level 6, FPX are going to begin to become a lot stronger in the early lane phase, in the 2v2s and the 3v3s, in those fights in general, if they don't manage to fall too behind in the first 5 minutes of the game. If they reach 5 minutes, 6 minutes without bleeding bad, then all of a sudden the matchup is going to shift. ES are going to look to find teamfight situations which are going to be more beneficial for them. They want to fight in bigger fights, potentially force on bottom. ES are much stronger on the bottom side. Kai'Sa will struggle against Leona and Misfortune big time, and if ES manage to get an advantage on bottom that is bigger than the advantage on top, then it's going to be a very good game for them, because if they can get mid prio and transfer the pressure into the Camille early on, then that's going to be fantastic. 2v2 mid lane, it all depends on what matchup we're going to see, because these matchups are quite polarizing. If they can use Jarvan to kill Mordekaiser early in the Rumble, Mordekaiser matchup mid, then it's going to shift. It's too hard to predict. We're going to have to see what happens. But very different compositions here. I think the problem with FPX's draft is there are some of these picks that don't support the idea of playing a split push game the same way we saw last game, where Aphelios has good range to clear creeps, Braum is good at blocking and defending the turret, and Fiora was so far ahead because of Nautilus roaming. So let's just see. Still, team fighting is better for FPX here than it was last game, so they have other options too. Let's just jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. Crispy on the Nautilus. Wonderful. Wonderful. Pardon me, I just need to check something. Oh, wrong button. Okay, so we have Camille against Cannon. Very bad at Cannon's leashing. Honestly, in matchups like this, you don't want to leash. Giving Camille space to position the wave in a way where she's going to get level 2 first is a big deal. Cannon wants to harass from level 1. Every creep matters. And Camille is on 4 CS before Cannon gets anything. So Khan is going to be very happy with this happening. He just wants to be as healthy as possible. Level 1 is a big level for Cannon where he can harass a lot. Leona goes for the E. Jarvan is nowhere to be found. Blue into red is the name of the game. Xiaoxi and gets, of course, his aftershock afterwards. Wink gets a good trade in LWX. Wink has been performing super well mechanically. Ward spots Jarvan. This is not so good. Obviously, you want to keep Jarvan as hidden as possible, but Doinbi is in a position where he can't get ganked anyway because Rumble's auto-pushing. I think Rumble shouldn't be auto-pushing. They need to use Jarvan pressure as much as possible to deny as much as possible. But Doinbi is very happy with this position here. Cryin is just using Q on the wave. Is he a Cassiopeia one trick? Let's find out, you know, because right now he's managing the wave pretty poorly. If he doesn't push level 1, it's much better, I think. But he pushed and Doinbi was just farming these creeps for free. Are we going to look for a dive? Xiaoxi, LWX, of course, has... Oh, this is why he pushed like an animal. This is why he pushed like an animal. I didn't see this play coming because right now they're diving bottom 4-man. But keep in mind, Doinbi has TP. If he catches his wave and TP's bottom, will it be dangerous? LWX also has cleanse. Will the target be Crisp? Flash Q of Leona onto Crisp. then look to one-shot him because he's still level 1. Make sure he doesn't get aftershock and he can be cut in half. There's no heal from LWX to save him. I think if they go for Kai'Sa, maybe he can turn sour. Let's see what happens. Well, FPX, bot lane, they know what's up. They're getting Doinbid, and Doinbid is saying, ooh, ooh, Crisp gets the W off with the aftershock. TP is going down. Doinbid is here. Doinbid is here to take some CS. He wants to make this worthwhile. Give me some creeps. Give me some creeps. Rumble is TPing as well. This is a 4v3 dive. Oh! Oh my goodness! Oh! Oh no, Khan, you're gonna die too! Oh! Oh! Oh my goodness! Oh! Jesus! Ooh! Ooh! Sorry, I forgot to move my camera. Oh my goodness. Alright. We've enjoyed it. Let's analyze it. So it started off with the dive, right? Mordecai is TPing. FPX did a good job of walking away, but they came back in. They came back in. And they were just sick and tired of all the CS they're going to lose. Mordekaiser is also getting barbecued in mid lane. So we can see here, they positioned here to step away. Mordekaiser is right now thinking he needs to TP because right now FPX they're just losing too much. It's wave after wave is crashing into turret and they're losing too much. They want to react to this. And now Mordekaiser starts to channel TP. There's the TP, boom, but he's getting barbecued. Right now he's getting barbecued. Right now, is it summer? Mordekaiser is getting barbecued. So Mordekaiser arrives here with very low HP. Crisp use flash, ignite, and he's very low HP. But the next wave is coming. The onslaught of waves is coming. Maybe the best move for FPX was to walk up and tank the wave that's coming. Maybe that was what they needed to do. But now TP comes in. This is the Rumble. Looking to brawl. That's the Q. And that's one. Doinbid could have flashed, but it started with Leona Q. It's very difficult to flash. And then Khan. Khan is just screwed. Where is Kiana in all of this? That's the next question. So Kiana's pathing into top because he's thinking I need to get Khan ahead. But ES are definitely kicking in the gear and pressuring into bottom the way you're supposed to do it. And now all of the pushing and all the management of the wave, it makes sense now from Crying. Because my thought process is if you don't push, you can pressure with Jarvan onto the Mordor because Jarvan can be there, right? And Mordor can't walk up. But instead Crying just perma pushed the wave, kept his heat high, and then turned this situation into a monster dive. Mordekaiser gets barbecued, full HP, honestly loses almost half of his HP here, more than half the HP in this trade against the Rumble when he's TPing, and then it just sets him up to get one shot here by the combination. And Leona Jarvan is just prime time champions to set these dives up for. And how happy is Cannon right now? Camille TP's bot, loses TP, and she freaking dies. This is Christmas. This is Hanukkah. This is Diwali. Whatever holiday you celebrate, it's your birthday, okay? You're super happy if you're top laner, and this is the situation. Juicy. So how could have FPX prevented this? How could they have prevented this? Well, first and foremost, Kiana needs to path differently, right? She needs to path into bottom because FPX's bot lane matchup cannot do anything to manage the wave differently. She needs to path into bot and contest blue or even start blue, something like this, in order to make sure that Kiana's on the right side of the map because they need to deflect this dive. They need to deflect this dive. Anything they're trying to do on top is going to be much smaller than that. Diving Cannon is just not an option, and Tian needed to be in position for this. So he needs to change his jungle pathing to make sure he's here. And maybe he's going to lose jungle. He's going to lose a lot of XP, but this is just this is the price you need to pay in order to do something, right? You need to do this, right? You need to do this because right now Kiana's doing nothing. Kiana's doing nothing, and if it's too bad for Kiana to do that, then you know better draft wins because this just can't happen. This is a game winner. Game winner. Kiana needs to path into bottom or start bottom or something like this. Because there's no other action for FPX's bot lane to do, right? They cannot contest the wave level 1. They cannot make the wave not crash because Jarvan is breathing down their neck. Jarvan is breathing down their neck. There's nothing to do, right? This is the issue. Jarvan can level 2 gank them, and it's a big problem. So FPX's bot lane cannot act differently. Sure, they can give up, but are they gonna give up 20 CS and be level 1 to level 4? It's just a bad situation. So Cannon needs to match, and then the question is if FPX's champions are just too weak early, and also Doinby's TP left a lot to desire, and the only other kind of idea that you can have to potentially defend this here is if this next wave that's coming up, if you rush up and tank it, and then you tank the wave, but that's like these creeps are gonna kill you anyway, so it's just too hard. It's too hard. It's not gonna work. Okay, so this is a GG, this is a BG, this is an FF. What can FPX do to come back into this game? 2v2 mid is completely boom. There is no recovery there. Rumble, Jarvan are going to win very easily with this Rumble advantage. Bottom matchup, completely boom. No summoners, only cleanse on Kai'Sa. We saw this one. You can't tank the wave, it's not possible. FPX was just trying to clear as many creeps as possible. If anything, Camille needed TP already. Or, you know, the other way is legit here. The other way is Doinby just gives up mid completely and TPs already on the first situation. Already now on the first situation, Doinby just preemptively TPs right now, catches all of these creeps that wouldn't be caught anyway, and that's going to be bigger than whatever is mid lane. So let's say Doinby TPs right now, so FPX don't need to leave the turret. I think this is the best way to play it, honestly. Just TP bottom. TP bottom, soak those creeps is going to be better than whatever you're gonna get mid lane, and then maybe it's going to be too difficult for ES to dive because Rumble's going to be slow, and then maybe it's better. At least you start the situation. Their first dive, they're fighting against 3 people already. The problem here is that everything starts with boom. Crisp loses all of his HP, loses flash, ignites, okay, who cares? His ignite is whatever. Now he's so low HP, and then Mordekai's TP is also low HP, so this is the problem. And I think if FPX actually TP'd right away with Doinby, caught those creeps, is going to be worth whatever he loses mid. No problem. Kiana can catch mid. Perfect. Way better than this. Now it's just a disaster. Everyone's too low HP and the dive is very easy to execute. Very well played from ES though. They're using this tempo to pressure as much as possible. Had to flash the flag. Can't flash the flag because the combo starts with Leona Q. So you Leona Q, you get stunned, and then EQ. Always when you dive, you always start with the hard CC and then you go with the EQ of Jarvan. So you can't flash the flag here. Okay. Tricky position. Definitely tricky position, but FPX have won worse. FPX definitely have won worse. BF against Fairy Charm and Cull on bottom, so that's crazy. Drake is starting up away, no resistance at all. What is FPX going to do? At least Khan is in a good position on top somehow. Like Khan TP'd bot and he's 10 CS ahead. We have to start questioning here Zhao Bai, his level of skill here. He's getting completely manhandled every single game that we've seen him now so far in the series. Had a very rough Mordekaiser game. I have nothing against, you know, the guy getting camped and being behind, no problem. But the issue here is that he's just straight up behind somehow. He keeps TP. Yo, Gray, I'm doing 10-minute reviews. After each game, I'm doing 10-minute reviews, and I'm going to condense the most important parts of those games. I'm going to give you that information. Well, you can just check those videos out if you have very little time. I'm trying to address both audiences. Okay, so let's take a step back. So here, Crisp gets caught, has Aftershock, waiting with it, boom, Aftershock on. True damage from Wei is going, but Doinby is coming in hot. Doinby has flash, has the glove. Glove misses, maybe flash glove was the move. Xiao Si is in Doinby's portal. Doinby is in trouble. Tian is very weak, still level 4. Doinby dies 1 for 1. good for FPX considering their state, but not good enough to put them ahead of time. Ahead of time, I don't know, ahead of time. How can he be behind on CS top, man? How is it possible? How is it possible? Did you just base when the wave was slow pushing towards Khan? That's like the only explanation. Only explanation. That's terrible. If you do that as a pro player, that's terrible, man. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Cryin, from Wei, and from Wink. I've been very impressed by them. Game is so doomed, Yamato. Yeah, it's pretty doomed. Maybe Khan can do some magic. Let's fast forward here. Let's not waste time. Bottom matchup is very difficult, and ES just need to find ways to continue to snowball bottom, because right now they haven't accomplished too much. I think what's disappointing here is that the Wei used a lot of tempo to do Cloud Drake, and then now he's spending a lot of time clearing jungle, when in reality the move should have been to pressure mid, go into bottom, threaten bottom with Rumble Old Leona, dive again and go over and over. Enemy has no TPs, it's going to be even easier. They should have pressured a lot more. They should have been pressured a lot more. How come Rumble is played so much right now? Good Drake control, simply OP. Well, he's honestly doesn't have that many bad matchups. The fact that he spells you can trade without getting minion aggro is super cool. His itemization is very strong right now. Leandri is very good as an item. Strong early, good team fighting, strong ult, and just AP damage in a world where AP damage is very lacking is super strong. He has just he has a weakness, but that weakness comes later in the game, and he's just a good blind pick. That's why. Okay, finally we see some pressure into bottom, but I think they need to incorporate Rumble with this. Just 2v2 on mid lane, pressure into river, go into top side, pressure Kiana out. The enemy team just got too much breathing room here, honestly. It's just way too much breathing room, and this is quite the slowdown from ES. Kind of similar to what we saw in game 1, and it's kind of disappointing. Doinby is walking up to top tower now with his Mercury, trying to pressure Cannon off. They're trying to snowball Khan as much as possible, trying to make sure Khan feels welcome in China. Jabai is going for that wave, but the cannon creep is surviving long and well. This is kind of a disaster. Doinby W's. Khan takes more turret damage, and whoa, desperation unknown. What are we seeing here, man? Tian also needs to be in position here, because Tian has been kind of lost on the map for the entire game. They need to dive cannon. Might look desperate here from Doinby and Khan, but they're trying to make something happen as their bottom gets screwed. And sometimes you need to take plays that look kind of bad, you know, in order to make something happen. And Tian secured the Rift Herald, and Xiaobai inted and gave Khan a kill. Here, Xiaobai definitely could have been better at playing the defensive side. Mordekaiser and Khan going for this play is definitely correct. This is not them being bad, it's just Tian being in a bad position. And FPX bot lane, they're giving up, playing safe side good. But yeah, misfortune is double CS, almost, not double, but 40 CS ahead is kind of big. Jabai looking to die. That's one, that's two, that's 1 for 1. Not too bad, not too bad. Khan, what is he doing? Khan getting exposed. He should just look to freeze here, but the wave is not freezing. I think it's slow pushing towards the enemy, so he can't freeze. But I like the play here from ES, looking to punish Khan. I like it. It's hard for Khan to predict a play like this, because usually the natural move from ES is to of course to base, and Khan dies. Good play, neat. ES are continuing. I don't think there's a reason to continue here. I don't like it too much. trading side is pretty bad. ES should match as much as possible, and the fact that Kaiser can push top for free is kind of good for them. Good for FPX. LWX has boots, so he's cool. FPX recovering some gold, considering they have 3 people with magical boots. They are supposed to be the world's best jungler. This game has been quite underwhelming. Khan dying again. How did this happen? So he's just dying to the same move. So here, like, Kaiser's recovering a lot, but Khan is dying over and over. So it's working. It's working. This problem here. This is bad. This is bad for FPX. 5k gold lead, 14 minutes into the game. So obviously, yes, they have a lot of options in this game. They can play kind of however they want. Doing is matching on bottom. They win all 1v1s. They win all side lanes. They win everything. Cannon is the only weakness here because of the player and also the champion. This is FPX. They need to play a game of spotting the enter, and that's Cannon. Just try to kill Cannon over and over on side. But it seems like ES are doing the same. They're just looking to push and then to hover. That's the Cannon. Spot the enter. Loving this game. Ooh, okay. Almost 1-for-1. Tian survives. Trading this for mid tower, but this is the best case scenario for FPX. What else can they really do? They need to look to snipe someone on side while ES pressure on two waves. FPX losing a lot of creeps on bottom because they're slow pushing into the enemy, and soon ES are going to, catch that big tsunami of a wave. Khan is getting some money. Gold differential getting a bit smaller, and FPX need to find a couple of more of these plays in order to secure this. They don't care too much about this split. They chill out. Yeah, could happen. I don't think we should judge FPX off of 2 series. It's too soon. Don't be pushing our bottom. Fixing that wave that was so bad. Khan is in trouble. Wow, look at that. That Leona ult is thrown before the flash. Magnifique. Very nice. Very nice. Khan, 4 deaths. Unnecessary. Many unnecessary deaths. This is not the way. Honestly, Shao Si is pretty goddamn good. Pretty goddamn good. In a world where there's very little good support, Shao Si is looking quite crisp. Yes, looking for the 3rd Drake. No problem. Not many comments to make here, honestly. Obviously, everything that FPX need to do is somewhat of a risk because ES decide everything. They need to make a play on the side of the map that the other team is just not on. FPX survive here with a double flash onto the plant. Do you think Rift Heralds are more valuable than Dragons this season? In some cases, yes. Individual Drakes are not so strong. Dragon always better because of souls is just not true. It just really isn't true. And an individual Drake is much weaker than it used to be. And just because of that, I think there are situations if a Rift Herald puts you in a position where you get enough gold to trade, if you have enough gold to put you in a position where you're stronger for the next Drake, it's more important. Let's say you're trading the Drake for 500 gold, right? And let's say the enemy takes 3 Drakes, but you get 2000 gold out of it, okay? 3 Drakes for 2000 gold. Sure, there is some value to some Drakes. There's a Mountain Drake, gives you gold value, that's fair. Fire Drake gives you some value, that's fair. But this is concentrated gold, right? Concentrated gold. Those stats from Mountain, Ocean, and so forth, they are spread out. They're not concentrated. It's not like Jhin getting 20% more AD and AP, right? It's across the whole team. 4% AD and AP doesn't matter on Leona. 4% AD and AP doesn't matter on some champions, right? So if this concentrated gold puts you in a position where you are stronger coming into the 4th Drake fight, and you win that 4th Drake fight, then that is going to be way more impactful than those Drakes. If that gold puts you in a position where you prevent the enemy from getting that 4th soul, it's going to be better. So, dragons always better because of souls? Not true. Because you need 4 Drakes to get that soul. 1 Drake is not as valuable as it used to be. It's very important to highlight this. Very important. And Rift Heralds are not that crazy, right? It's not like Rift Herald gives you a free turret, always. But sometimes they do. 99.5% better. No. Not necessarily. Why are you still in group Team Vitality? Who cares, man? I'm not gonna leave. I'm still under contract with Vitality for a couple of months. And no hard feelings. Like I'm not gonna put the effort to leave Team Vitality on Twitch. Like who cares? If I'm auto-hosting Gotaga after streaming, I don't care. I honestly don't care. Okay, let's focus on the game again because I lost track. So this game slowed down quite a bit. This we saw, okay. This we saw, double flash, cool. Rift Herald spawns, there's no Nashor yet. They should look to break top tower. TP is on, Wei is fighting, Doinbi is flashing, Plant doesn't exist in the Death Realm, and Wei kind of plays it neatly. Doinbi is in trouble. Wink is fighting him, Doinbi is trying to one-shot Wink with some weird pseudo combination, doesn't work. Xiao Bai, of course, inting a little bit. Not a big surprise there. This fight is way closer than it needs to be. Slowing the game is good for ES. No, it's not. They're so far ahead they can do anything. Why would they slow down the game? So let's take a look at this. We had this fight, 2 flashes being burned, 2 core flashes, but this means no rumble ult. So maybe this is the best chance for FPX to fight. Khan has a good wave position on bottom. Tian is very low HP. Rift Herald starts, Crisp spots them with this ward. It gets cleansed or cleared by Leona. Rift Herald is finished, and now Doinbi walks forward. Khan TPs, Cannon is in the worst position. W lands and then Tian is not close. So right now, this is where the fight starts. We have TP channeling, Doinbi is in this position, Crisp is going, and LWX is going. But take a look at Tian's position. Tian's position is very, very far. Very, very far. So, let's continue now. He lands some spells, Doinbi fights Wei. So we paid attention to Doinbi fighting Wei already. Let's take a look at everyone else. ES are just kiting backwards because they know Doinbi is over the wall. Doinbi is over the wall, they're kiting, and then boom, the Gargoyle Stone Plate is being used. But Xiao Bai is kind of in a bad position because FPX have this issue with Mordekaiser being heavily out of position, trading his life practically for Wei's life. So here, if Cannon is not in such a shitty position, let's say he even flashes over the wall, then this would be a lot better because Doinbi would die and ES would continue this fight with better numbers. But instead, Xiao Bai dies. Wei is also low HP, so here we have a 4-for-4, but Wei is super low HP. MF still has Misfortune ultimate. There is no Nautilus ult, there's no ult on the other hand, so what is gonna happen here? Tian still can cancel Wink hugging the wall so closely, so if Wink positions here, potentially, and walks up a bit here, doesn't get ulted, then on this whole team, and it will be good. But now, with this position, if Wink starts ulting it now, Tian's gonna ult. Let's see if it happens. See if it happens. Did Doinbi made a Proto Belt? Is that even good here? Yeah, Proto Belt is a good item on Mordekaiser. Okay, Tian cancels it, but Tian also dies for it because Tian goes in. So he goes into the barbecue. You can see he just jumps in, but yeah, he just dies from the MF rain, and also the look how fast Tian dies. Junglers 2020, guys. He just gets fucking destroyed. And now the fight is pretty lost for FPX. Yeah, Rumble and MF are just too far ahead, and that's a death. Let's see now how ES control Nashor. They have a Rift Herald. Nashor spawns now. They're not using Rift just yet. They're keeping it for another day. No TP on Khan means he cannot create any pressure on bottom side. Rumble is matching on bot. He has TP. He should win. That is a nice ultimate once again from Xiaoxi, predicting Tian, and now Tian is dead. Mordekaiser's ultimate. Tian is surviving for a little bit longer. Mordekaiser has no ultimate. Now he's finally ulting the Leona. Maybe he'll find a kill. If Leona dies, who cares, honestly? Wei and Rumble needs to get out, I think. They need to get out. Jabai has flash. Maybe this is his moment to shine. Jabai, Jabai. Jabai, you don't want to shine? Shine, Jabai! Shine! Get in there, boy! What is this? Come on, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Come on, man. He has ult. He has ult. He has flash. He has the perfect opportunity to redeem himself. What does he do? Ult nothing. He ults nothing, man. He ults nothing. He ults nothing. He ults nothing. How far in his head is Khan? FPX have two of the best top laners in the world, and ES have Zhao Bai. Come on, Zhao Bai. Zhao Bai. Zhao Bai is gonna be the doom of this team. And J4 died for that. But yeah, I didn't mention that ES did in fact get the soul. You know, they did get the soul. They have the ocean soul. Xiaoxi playing the super beautiful. I might be butchering everyone's name, but honestly, the only thing to highlight here is Zhao Bai. Look at him. First, he's chasing, okay, he's chasing, and then he's running backwards. He's just, he looks like a little Muppet here. And then he doesn't flash in ult. Honestly, it's a game winner. Just flash in ult, game winner. Doinbi has no ult here. Doinbi, for some reason, replay into getting caught. Love those moments. Ocean Soul is so OP. Look at how much that heals, man. Look at that Ocean Soul. Look at that Ocean Soul. Okay. Doinbi is dead, but Doinbi has TP. Is this the best chance FPX are ever gonna get? Zhao Bai, nobody to be found, not in position. Doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, Khan getting caught. Khan. Ooh. Not sure what Khan is doing here. What is he spotting? Like, he's just sitting in the bush. Like, Khan is honestly trolling. As just walking here, he has vision here. He's not spotting anything in particular. The play here is to look to get over the wall here and try to find a fight, because everyone can cross the wall. Crisp can cross the wall, LWS can cross the wall. Everyone should be in this position, alright? And if they use a ult from Kiana here and then stun everyone in the pit, that will be the best chance. But instead, Khan is getting caught, and it's just honestly a big mistake. Khan is getting caught aplenty. He's getting caught aplenty. So we don't like. We do not appreciate. We do not appreciate. We don't appreciate this type of behavior here. Not good. Not good, Khan. Shaka Khan, no flash, and then Wei. I have the strength of Poseidon. I shall not die. Look at that ocean drake, man. Okay, Doinbi is back. Xiaobai is back. Xiaobai, you have flash. You have ult. You have flash. You have ult. You don't like? You have flash. You have ult. You don't like? You don't like? Well, okay, but just don't do it then. It's okay. But it's fine. You have protobelt. You have flash. You can just save it for the next game. It's okay. But fine. Okay. Alright. Okay, Xiaobai. Okay. If you don't want. There we go. Xiaobai unleashes. What is this? He does it so late. Oh man. Oh man. He does it so late. He does it so late. He does it so late. Hi. Oos. Boom. National. Easy crisp play there from Xiaoxi. Just going for the Leona defend and hover. Good damage onto Nash. MF is so strong now. Rumble with Leandri. All good. All good. All good. They're trading side now, FPX. The best thing they can do. Teamfight is just no way they have a chance. Okay, let's take a look at this one. What does Xiaobai do now? Xiaobai is in bottom. No TP. No TP. Starts channeling TP. Tian with honestly a very nice flank here. So the start is engage onto Doinbi, engage onto Crisp. Nautilus ult aimed at Misfortune to make sure that she cannot barbecue the folk here with her ultimate. Very nice. Barbecue is ready, Javan is ready, and now Cannon TP is quite late. Very late, honestly. Now what will happen with Wink? Will Wink get one-shotted? Probably. Probably get one-shotted. Let's take a look. Ooh, stopwatch. Hey, stopwatch. And the game's over. That was the best chance. That was the best chance for FPX to win, but he has stopwatch. Game-winning stopwatch. The game was already, would probably be won anyway, but now with this stopwatch, it's even bigger of a disaster. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at Wink. Look at Wink. The usage of items is on point. Boom, stopwatch. Boom, Quicksilver Sash instantaneously. Beautiful. Wink is the man. Wink is the compensation for Xiaobai's play. Let's take a look. Let's analyze Xiaobai. TP's in, jumps in, ults. Ults, absolutely nothing. He ults Khan. Okay. Look at him. He just makes a sweep. Look at him. He goes here, and then he goes here, ults nobody in this circle, and then goes back. Goes back. Okay. Okay. And that's a winner. Okay. Very nice. Very, very nice. Draft wins? No, this is not draft wins. This is getting quadra kill minute 3 wins. This is very little to do with draft. This is dive level 2, win the game. At least I'll be able to keep the short review short and sweet. You know? Short and sweet. The world champions are indeed struggling.